This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
Thinking right now, like a guy eating out of a soup can, or a pig pen, a person walking around with like a dust cloud following him around, or just spitballing.
I'm glad you don't make logos, man.
Yeah, I know. The thing is, I don't.
No, Chris Goss does not make logos. It's the 5th of December, 2020. This is the 217 Recovery Podcast. My name is Corey Winfield. Joining me in the studio is Marney Liston.
Hello.
We just talked about this is the last podcast we'll ever do. You're going to... Oh, no, this isn't the last one. This is the last Saturday.
It's the last Saturday.
That you're ever going to be Marney Liston.
Yeah.
Because next Saturday... You're going to be Marney Dickenhecker or something. who are you marrying? What's the last name? It's really weird.
Why? You want me to say it?
Yeah.
Marney Winfield.
Doesn't that sound weird when you say it, though?
No, not... I mean, I guess so, because I'm so used to saying my own old last name.
How long do you think it'll take for you to...
I don't know, but I thought about that when I was doing paperwork today for my job. And I was like, this is going to be screwy. Like trying.
Then a couple weeks, and you have the new year to write down. And,
I know.
It just takes
changes.
A month or two to kind of get used to the new year, but the new name, I don't know. Mm-hmm. I had to change my name, so it'll be weird.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
I'm proud of you for going out there and knowing what you want. And going after it.
Thanks.
And realizing, this is good stuff, this guy.
Yeah.
I want to marry him. I love him.
Uh-huh.
And actually find real, true love. And they'll make a movie about us one day,
Maybe.
I do. But I was thinking about it today. That you, of course, broke all the rules. The major rule, at least. Wait a year to date anybody.
Oh yeah, wait a year before you get into a relationship is. But I told on one of my blogs I questioned that. It's like, where did that come from? Mm-hmm. And somebody somewhere came up with that that timeline as being acceptable once you have a year of sobriety to get involved in a romantic relationship.
Right now, there's some guy out there who's like,
yeah.
You guys ain't make out of the woods yet, man. Gotta make it past 5 year, wedding thing.
It depends on the person, depends on where you're at and, how structured your life is and what your, where your willingness is at. And if I've always, put my sobriety first, this time around. Because I've had many, many failures in my vain attempts for living a sober life, and so I've always kind of put that first. Because if I don't have my sobriety, then I don't have anything.
I don't know if we shared too much about when we first got together or whatever, but I was like, I'm not sure.
Yeah, you were a tough cookie.
And that was one of the things. Is I was like, man, I really don't want to mess with your sobriety. I don't want to be the reason, And you're like, who do you think you are?
No, that's not it at all. What I said I said I respect that, and I appreciate your, concern and all that. And if I thought that if I felt like it was going to be a problem, I would let you know.
Let me read the text message I have right here.
Go for it.
Who do you think you are? Like, I would relapse over you. What a joke. Grow up, dude.
He just made that up.
I did. But for real, though, I was like, I don't know. And personally, I don't know if a year... technically, I didn't have a year either.
Right.
When we started stuff. But close. And previous, though, before that, there was some I'm thinking hard on this, on how to say this. Mm-hmm. There was flags being thrown, and I was spotting them red flags. And I was like, I'm not going to do this. Because I knew what I wanted. And I wasn't going to settle. And just, if there was some that didn't seem right, I wasn't going to do it. I was going to walk away. Mm-hmm. And I did. And it became clear that was a good move on my part. So that's something I didn't do in the past. In the past, I'd just make it work. We've talked about it a million times, the square peg and the round hole. Mm-hmm. That was me with relationships because I wanted it to work, damn it. Even though they weren't right for me. Mm-hmm. And so, I can see where they say, wait, but but it's different. And I don't think that you're, boom, 365 days, you're going to make it. You're going to find the person of your dreams now. Life doesn't work that way.
Right.
But I think that, giving it time, especially when you're brand new to it, you weren't brand new to recovery. You've been at this for a minute. Mm-hmm. And so have I. But especially when you're first getting in to treatment and people start, oh, hey, and you're like, oh my gosh, attention, that feels good. Mm-hmm. Let's get married. Not like that, but.
Right. That's exactly it. Is you need to be cautious and mindful about kind of, at least what I did is sit back and look at as, why are you pursuing that friendship or that relationship? Like, how does it benefit you and how does it benefit them? And if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, if you're, talking to somebody or trying to get into a relationship because you feel like you're whole when you're with another person, mm-hmm. just for the purpose of being with another person, it doesn't make any sense. Mm-hmm. If the other person, individual, betters you and betters what it is that you're trying to do in your life and supports your decisions and supports your independence as a human being, which is exactly what, you did for me when I, wanted to pursue our relationship. And, you weren't trying to change me or alter my goals or anything like that. And there was a lot of respect there and it made me comfortable and I knew I wanted to get to know you better. And so then that just turned into love and here we are. But make sure you're doing things for the right reasons and that, you know that it's a healthy relationship and a healthy circumstance that you're in.
Yeah, and if red flags are thrown, pay attention to them and take notice and go, you know what, that's probably not good. And you might not want to admit it to yourself because, oh, so-and-so so dreamy or, oh, she's so hot. No.
Or, oh, he's got so much money.
Yeah.
And, oh, they have a place that I can live in.
Yeah. They don't care if I drink just on Saturdays.
And they don't care if I have a job.
They'll support me. Mm-hmm.
That's just like asking for relapse right there.
Yeah.
That's getting in a relationship for all the wrong reasons.
Mm-hmm. And you were very intimidating to me. Because when we first started, it was like, oh man. And then I was just a really busy guy. And I don't know, I felt like I didn't have anything to offer you. And we lived with the snow and I don't know, it was a couple hours away from each other. And I just was like, man, how is this going to work? Like, I really want to get to know her. I'm managing a sober living house. I told him I'd stay here a year. I don't have any money. I just left my job. Like, I mean, what do I have to offer this woman? Like nothing is what I thought. And so time kind of went by and I just thought, I feel so bad. I'm not giving this beautiful woman what she needs, and I just have to let it go. And they say, if you let it go and it's true love, it'll come back. And it did. Mm-hmm. And it's not like we went years or anything like that, but we took just a hot minute break. And, yeah. So if you are seeing something where you're not like, man, I just don't know, where you're feeling like I was feeling, just like, oh, I don't know, I don't have nothing to offer. Pray about it. God will work it out how it's supposed to. I mean, he did for us, mm-hmm. in my opinion. That's exactly what happened. And sometimes I'm a little stubborn. Even God has to like yank me around. Nope, get back on this path. This is the one I want you on, and okay, God, I'll listen to you. I didn't want to move to Traverse City. I didn't want anything to do with Traverse City, and here I am in Traverse City, and I like Traverse City, and it was a good move, important move for me, for you. It's just worked out how it's supposed to, and just trust God and pay attention to them red flags, though.
Yeah, for sure.
So in the open, Chris Goss, that was Chris Goss. If you're new to the 217 Recovery Podcast, Chris used to be on the podcast for a few months.
Good guy.
Funny guy. A good guy, funny guy. Like Chris, I consider Chris a true friend. And I heard people tell me always what people are up to. And I heard Chris, what he's up to. He actually went to the sober living house I used to live in and gave us not really a speech, but kind of pepped the guys up that are living there now, because what Chris does now is he works for they do lawn care. They do, what's the word, that fancy word for that?
A fancy word for lawn care? I don't know.
Oh, well, there's a word for it.
Okay.
They do gardening, landscape.
There's landscape architecture, but that's like...
It's like a something company. I don't know why I'm this.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I think I got COVID. No, or I need to sleep more.
That's it.
Landscaping. Thank you. Landscaping company.
You said landscaping.
I thought I said gardening and lawn care.
Okay.
I think you have COVID. I think if I have COVID, you were going to have COVID.
Okay.
We're supposed to get married Saturday. We have COVID.
We don't have COVID.
Anyway, landscaping company is what Chris does. One of the top guys there at the company that he works for, and some good guys. And Chris was kind of spreading the knowledge and the word, like, hey man, I was where you guys were, a year ago, and now I'm doing some pretty important things within that company. So if you guys, just start at the bottom, prove that you're worth it, and things will come for you. And I remember when Chris started that job, he had this other job. I mean, it was it was washing dishes or something, and he didn't really care for that job.
No, he worked at a laundromat.
No, this was the first.
The first one. Oh.
This was at first. That's what he did. And it wasn't making any money whatsoever. So he had to do other things. And then Lee Rainey came along and was like, hey, I need some guys. And Chris was like, hell yeah. And Chris was working, he'd get up early hell in the morning and shovel. They had this big resort in Boyne City. And, they'd go out there and they'd shovel sidewalk. They would do it all. And then he kind of just showed his commitment to that, and that he is a hard worker, and it did pay off. And here's a guy that many people would have looked at 2 years ago and a loser is never going to amount to nothing, but he's doing big things, and he's moving along in his life and in his career. It sounds like it's going really well. And I know he did a great job when he was talking with the guys, is the things that I've heard. So I just want to send Chris a shout out, even though it's not Thursday. Chris, I know it's not Thursday, but just want to, tell him that I think he's doing great, and, I miss him. The greedy selfishness of me, it was like, Chris, you need to be on the show all the time. But that's just not how it works. And just like life, people grow. And I just want to tell Chris that I am proud of him, and we can still go back and listen to your podcast and laugh when you were on the show. So, yeah, but good job, Chris. And I'm glad I remembered the word landscaping.
Right.
And there's another woman today that I ran across on Facebook. Oh, Facebook. You gotta love it. She posted, does it make you mad when you do this and that and this and that? Or do you feel angry and blah, 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 blah? I said, yeah. I feel like that when I get a yeast infection. And she was just like, oh, that's It's not what I meant. But